Hey, I'm Tashi.
And welcome to my shop.
I love yarn. I love yarn. I love yarn. I love yarn.
Yes, you heard that right, friends. I have a storefront. It still feels so surreal. I just picked up the keys like an hour ago, and I've kind of just been unloading stuff from my car that I've been accumulating for the shop and just kind of looking around and absorbing everything. I am so excited, but there is still so much work to do before we open in 2 months. But I figured I would kind of show you the before and take you on a little tour, kind of talk about my vision for the shop. And then I actually have an event that I am having in the shop in 2 weeks. I was not planning on it, but the area that I'm in is doing a Christmas crawl on December 20th as kind of like a last minute shopping event in time for the holidays. And they asked me if I wanted to participate. And I was like, you know what? Why not? I'm gonna have the shop already. Yes, it's not gonna be done, but it'll be a great chance for people to kind of come in, see the before. Also, it'll give them a chance to meet me and for me to meet them and just to kind of talk about what is coming. So I figured it would be a great opportunity just to kind of, network and start getting the word out there and the excitement building for my shop. So I have some Christmas decorations. I want to get the windows kind of cleaned up and start getting the window display kind of looking festive and holly jolly. And I'm probably gonna have to come back a little bit later on this week to kind of finish up, because as I'm looking around, I realize I need some more cleaning supplies to get everything done. And I also wanna print like some window decals with my logo for the window. So yes, we will definitely be back. This is not going to be like a one and done. And of course, I'm going to be taking you guys along with me on the entire journey of transforming this space into Tashi's Yarn Bar. I am so excited. It's going to be like a yarn shop, wine bar fusion, and a little bit of an art studio space as well. There's going to be craft classes. I can't wait to just kind of tell you guys more, but I think I'm going to wait to kind of give you my vision as I give you a tour of the shop. So let's get started. Okay, so when you walk in the shop, this is kind of the front area. I have these really 2 big, beautiful bay windows that are gonna be so much fun to like put different displays in throughout the year. There's also like a little hook up here so I can hang stuff. I can hang stuff from the ceiling, and you can see I already started kind of accumulating some Christmas decor, but of course I'm gonna have a lot more coming as well. That was just the first haul. And then when you walk in, this is kind of the view that you get of the shop. So this front area here, you can see I have a lot of chairs. I thrifted all of those chairs actually from across the street, and they were all only $5, which was a great deal. So I'm gonna kind of refurbish them and use them in the shop. So this front area right here is actually going to be a cozy seating area. And I'm also super excited about this half wall. As you can see, there's already a mural on it. What this store was originally gonna be was an ice cream shop, but then the person that was leasing it decided that she just didn't have enough time because she has 2 kids and a lot of sports. So then the space became available again. But my sister-in-law is actually a mural artist. Her business name is Harrisburg Studios, and her name is Elisa. And I'll make sure to link her in the description below in case you're interested in cyber stalking her. But she has actually agreed to do an art trade with me for a mural. So she's gonna be painting a different mural on this piece. And that's one of the components that I need to make sure that I get done within the next couple of weeks, is I need to paint this wall white so that she has a blank canvas to work with. And I didn't bring my paint today, so that's not happening today. I didn't really give her like a vision for the mural because I really want it to be genuinely like her and reflect kind of her style. So I just kind of told her, it's a yarn store, so I want it to have yarn on it, and if it's got some wine on it, that's cool too. So I'm really excited to see what she does. I also sent her my color palette for my business, so she's gonna kind of use the colors of the business and the whole theme of the store to come up with something awesome. And she's gonna be here working on this mural live during the Christmas crawl so that people can kind of see the shop starting to come to life and take on its personality, but then it also gives her a chance to kind of network with people as well. So that's what's happening with the wall. And then I have a big couch that I have at my current job that I'm going to bring here to the shop. And then I have a couple of cozy chairs at my house that I'm also going to be bringing for this area. And I did just thrift a really nice rug for this area as well. I'll show that to you because it's right here. So I got this giant rug off of Facebook Marketplace for 20 bucks. I can't believe it. I have found some really good deals. Check this out. Ugh. Isn't that pretty? Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, I'm gonna put this back now. So yeah, that's kind of what's gonna be in that area. It's just gonna be a cozy place for people to sit, absorb the sunshine coming in on the windows, maybe people watch as people are walking by, and just sit and crochet, have a cup of coffee, have a glass of wine. It's gonna be lovely. I myself am going to enjoy that space a lot. So that is the front part of the shop. Let's kind of keep walking back and I'll keep kind of telling you what the plan is. Okay, so then you kind of walk down this little hallway here, and that's where you get into the heart of the shop. So it really opens up here, and there is like kind of a nice little nookie alcove. Okay, so let's start by talking about this little kind of alcove behind the mural wall. I honestly haven't fully decided what I'm gonna do with it yet. I have a couple of ideas, but I'm just gonna kind of see like what I have inventory wise before I really make my decision. So idea number one is actually to put kind of like a bar top onto the top of this railing. My landlord has the pieces to just kind of put like I think it's like a 6-inch wide kind of just like wooden bar top on top of it, which I think could work. But I could also make it a little bit wider if I want to. So I'm still kind of playing around with that idea. I'm not entirely sure what I'm gonna end up doing. I also can't decide if I have it be a bar top, I'm obviously gonna get some bar stools for right here. But the other vision is I could just, put like a regular topper on it. People can still set their drinks on it and then hopefully they won't spill. That's my biggest concern. But then the other idea was I could get just like a small table for right here, like a 2-person like little table in this cozy corner so that if they want something a little more intimate for seating and just chit-chatting and yarning, then they have that option. I'm honestly kind of leaning towards that option a little bit more than anything, because if I have a little table right here, then I can also have some inventory around the side and kind of out onto this wall right here. So that's probably what I'm gonna do, but I like having the bar top in kind of my back pocket, and that's something that I could always easily kind of switch out as well. Now let's shift and talk about the main part of the store. So as you can see, this part of the store is really where the magic is gonna happen. It is the nice big open space that I was hoping to find, and it's so perfect. Like I cannot even express in words how perfect this space is for what I'm envisioning. So kind of the plan for this space, as you can see, I have legs here for a big table that I just purchased, also off of Facebook Marketplace for $100. Like, talk about a steal. It's such a great deal, and I'll probably be able to fit 10 people around this table because it also came with 2 leaves. You can kind of see the pieces laying against the wall right here. They're just not actually on the table yet. So that's what all of those thrifted chairs are also going to be for, is they're just going to go around this community table. And then of course, if I find a little table for the nook, I'll probably use a couple of chairs there as well. So my main vision for this space is really for it to be a community space. I want it to be a space where people feel comfortable just coming, sitting, hanging out, having a glass of wine or a cup of coffee, and enjoying each other's company. I also plan to host a lot of craft classes here and different art classes, and so I needed a really big kind of community space to be able to do that as well. So that's going to also be the other way that this space kind of gets utilized, is for those different crafting classes that I host here. But of course, this is also a store, so I also need to have some inventory to sell. So my plan is that around the walls of the shop is where I'm going to be displaying all of my inventory. Now, I really don't have a vision for my inventory. I'm kind of just letting it all kind of come together in whatever way it comes together. I'm pretty good about just when I have all of the pieces, figuring out how I want to put it together. So that's going to come later after we get the walls painted and everything, because I need to see how much inventory I'm going to have to start with, and then I'll kind of figure out how I want to lay it all out. I did actually end up buying a lot of slat walls Also from Facebook Marketplace, there was this shop that was closing in my town and they were selling these giant pieces of slat wall for $10. So I got 4 huge slat walls and then 2 tiny ones for free from them. So I have a lot of slat walls that I can like hang yarn from, which I'm so excited about, because that was something that I was planning to buy new for the store, which would have been hundreds of dollars. And so instead of spending hundreds of dollars, I only spent $40. And so now I have that extra $100 that I can put towards other stuff I need for the shop. So that was really awesome. But kind of my plan for the type of inventory that I'm gonna have, obviously I'm gonna have some crocheted wearables because that's my thing, that's kind of what I do. So I would like to display some of that, but that for me is gonna be the lowest priority, because this is actually going to be a completely separate business from Tashi at Home. They're both under the same LLC. It's a bunch of business jargon that you don't really need to know about and you probably don't care about, but since the 2 businesses are gonna be separate, it's not gonna be a huge deal to me if I can't fit my wearables in the shop, because that's not really why I got this shop. I didn't get it to sell my stuff. I more so got it as like a community space and a place to host classes for people, and also a place to feature other local artists. So the biggest piece of inventory I'm actually going to have in this shop is going to be fiber and fiber arts from local artisans. So if you've been following me for any length of time, you've probably heard me talk about my friends Rachel and Kelsey. So Kelsey is my best friend. She's been my best friend since middle school. And she actually started kind of helping me out by making me some stuff for my business. She is a seamstress, so she likes to sew. And so she has sewn me a lot of like notion pouches and things like that I've included in my Yarn Lover boxes throughout the almost year that I've been providing those to you guys. So if you've ever purchased one of those, you may have gotten one of Kelsey's items. My favorite thing that she makes is actually her pencil pouches. I don't use them as a pencil pouch. I use them as a crochet hook pouch, and I love them because they literally fit all of my crochet hooks, a pair of scissors, and a tape measure. And it's just the greatest thing because then I can just take it and throw it in my bag and go, and it's amazing. Anyways, I digress. So I'm hopefully gonna have some of her stuff in stock here. But then my other friend, Rachel, she's the gal that hand dyes all of the yarn for my business. And so I told her that I was opening this shop, and I told her, like, I want to sell your yarn in my shop. Like, you're my number one. I really, I would love to kind of go into a business partnership with you with this. So we're still kind of working out the details on it, but I think she's on board. I know for sure she'll have some of her yarn in my shop. I'm just not sure how much she's gonna be willing to sell in my shop. Then I've also talked to a couple of other fiber artists in the area. So my friend April owns Luminary Fiber Works, and she makes the most gorgeous hand spun yarn. It is absolutely stunning, and she's agreed to come on board and sell her stuff in the shop. And then I also talked to our local fiber mill, and they're gonna be selling some of their stuff in the shop as well. And then I've reached out to a couple of other random people as well. I have like a gal that has a small sheep farm, and she spins yarn from her sheep's wool. So she's gonna be selling her yarn here. Like, it's just gonna be a really, really cool conglomeration of all of these local fibers. And I am so deeply excited to see how it kind of all comes together. And the greatest part about all of this, because I have a really low budget for opening this shop, but my plan is that all of the stuff that I'm gonna be selling from these local makers, we're going to be doing on consignment. So that basically just means that I'm not gonna pay them until their stuff sells. And I've been very upfront with all of them about that and kind of explained to them why I'm choosing to start my business this way. It's just a little, it's much lower risk for me because then I'm not investing all of this money into inventory. Plus, since my budget is so low, I can spend more money kind of fixing up the shop and making it what I want to be without having to worry about having to spend, over half of my budget just stocking the store, which is really what I don't want to do. So I'm very excited about all of these consignment opportunities that are going to be coming to the shop. I'm also excited to just kind of meet and hopefully network with other local makers because of the opportunity of the consignment that I'm providing to the community. Because for fiber artists, there's really nothing like this. Like, there's not a consignment opportunity unless you get into like a local artist store. Like, they're right down the street. There's an amazing store called The Local, and they partner with a lot of like local artists where they will sell their stuff on consignment, or they'll charge like a monthly fee to sell the stuff in the shop. There's a lot of places like that kind of in our area, but there's nothing that's yarn specific that offers that kind of vibe. So I'm really excited to be able to kind of bring that to our community. Now, that's not to say that I won't have any inventory that I'm stocking myself, because I definitely will. And I'm sure I'll get more as the shop kind of progresses and grows. But for starters, I'm really just going to be focusing on the consignment stuff. And then the final component of how I'm gonna stock my shop is I'm also going to be selling pre-loved yarn. I feel like there are so many people that just have these massive yarn stashes that they just don't know what to do with anymore. And so I was kind of thinking to myself a few months back, before this shop even became a reality, I was like, I wish there was a place that you could go to sell your yarn, kind of like the thrift stores that'll buy your clothes and then resell them. Like I was like, I wish there was a place like that, but for crafts. And so I'm actually going to be offering that service as well in my store. So people will be able to bring in their old yarn or yarning notions, and I will purchase them from these people at, of course, a low price, and then mark them up a little bit for my store. But I think it's going to be great because it's also going to broaden the range of price points that I have in my store. So I'll have the high-end yarn from all of my consignment vendors, but then I'll also have some lower-end yarn, hopefully, that I get from these pre-loved, yarn sales that I do. So I am kind of allocating some money in this whole setup to hopefully purchase some pre-loved yarn from people right off the bat so that I can kind of fill that inventory. But I'm also gonna be destashing a lot of my yarn to kind of get the store started, which is a very bittersweet moment for me because I'm very attached to my yarn, but I'm trying really hard not to be attached to worldly things. And honestly, I know that there's no way I'm ever gonna be able to get through my entire yarn stash. So I really need to share the love with other people. So I am gonna, of course, be filming a vlog where I destash all of my yarn and bring it to the shop and set it up. But that's gonna be a few weeks away because we have to beautify this place first. Okay, so that's the vision for the main part of the shop. But wait, there's more. Let's flip and face this beautiful wall behind me. Okay, so as you can see, there's a little kind of alcove back here, and this is where the checkout stand is going to be. But as you notice, there's this big, beautiful wall that's just sitting there, and there's a really cool mural on it right now. Sadly, the mural does not match the vibes of my store, so I am going to be painting over the mural, and I'm just going to be painting it white. And here's why. Because my last vision for this store is I also want it to be somewhat of an art gallery. I have made so many friends over the past year doing all of these different art shows and markets that are just incredible artists, just absolutely wonderful. And we don't have a ton of art galleries in our area, and I don't even know if there's any in this town. I haven't quite looked into that yet. But I just thought it would be really fun to have a monthly rotating display that features a local artisan. And I am going to be featuring all different kinds of art, not just the fiber arts. And kind of my vision for this is that they'll hang their stuff on this wall during their month, and then I'll also host an artist reception for them during their month so that the community members can come in, see their art, talk to the artist. And I'm also going to offer the artist an opportunity to host a craft class on their craft in the studio during their featured month for additional compensation. And I'm so excited. I just feel like I'm saying I'm so excited about everything, but I really am. I'm so excited about this idea I've already talked to so many artists that are interested. I've already had like 5 people apply to be a featured artist, which is so exciting. I actually have a meeting on Wednesday with my friend Lexi, who owns Tricket Flowers, to see if she'll be my first monthly featured artist, which she's already agreed to, but we're gonna just like go and hash out the terms. So I am just like, I'm overwhelmed. Like, I'm overwhelmed with happiness and joy because this is something that I feel like I've been working towards for the past year and a half with this business. And it's not even something that I ever thought would happen so quickly, or at all, if I'm being honest. I have been actively looking for probably the past like 3 or 4 months for a space in my town. And just the prices that I was coming across to even rent something this size were literally more than twice as much as I'm paying for this place. So the fact that I've even stumbled across this place, that it was the right price point, that my landlord Rhonda is like the bee's knees, she's amazing, love her. Like, everything just feels like it's falling into place, and it has been such a God thing in my life. Like, if you're not religious, maybe just skip this part, but I'm just saying, like, I truly feel like everything with this shop is just clicking into place. Everything's lining up. The pieces are just falling where they're supposed to be falling, and it feels so easy. Like, I know I have a lot of work to put into this place, and I've been doing a lot of work in preparation for it, but the work that I'm putting in is being met with the rewards from my labor. You know what I mean? Like, I really, knock on wood, have not yet encountered a major obstacle with opening this shop. So, so excited. That's everything that I kind of have as a vision for the shop. I guess I'll show you the bathroom simply so that you can see the before, because it's disgusting. That is going to be a project in and of itself, just to get that bathroom, looking somewhat cute and functional. So I'll go show that to you, and then we've got to start working on our window displays. Well, I went and did some shopping, got some like cleaning supplies and a couple other things that I needed for the shop. And then I got the windowsills cleaned out. So I haven't done the actual windows yet, but it's starting to get dark out and I have about a 25-minute drive home. So I kind of want to leave and just come back later. Plus, I got a Christmas tree off of Facebook Marketplace for 25 bucks, and it's like a full-sized white lighted Christmas tree, like pre-lit Christmas tree. So I gotta go pick that up tonight too. And so I figured I would just wait to decorate the windows until I maybe come back to paint the wall, because I'm also thinking I might just paint the window areas while I'm at it. I don't know, I'm kind of debating it. I think it would be cool to have like the window displays painted and kind of decorated the way that the shop's gonna be decorated, but I also don't know if I have time to do that before the Christmas crawl. I'm just gonna kind of have to see what my week looks like when I go back to work tomorrow. So I think I'm gonna call it for today because I'm tired, and yeah, I want to go home and relax because I have not relaxed all week. So I think that's gonna be a wrap for today, but I will definitely keep you guys posted and take you along with me the next time we come to the shop. And hopefully I remember to bring a vacuum because this place is disgusting and I need to clean it up before I open my door. All right, I will catch catch you guys later. Well, I am back at the shop finally. It's a little bit later on in the week and I only have 3 hours before I have to head home. But I wanted to come up here and just bring kind of a load of stuff. So I brought a lot of stuff with me. I brought my painting supplies. I brought some decor for the store that's just kind of been hanging out in my garage, and lots of Christmas decorations because we need to get these windows decorated for Christmas, and it is like snowing outside right now. So it is just very Christmas vibes. I also brought a shop vac up with me so that I can finally vacuum these floors because they are so gross. so gross. I killed so many bugs last week. It was really disgusting, and I'm hoping to kind of get the rest of them with the shop vac and just get this place looking nice for the Christmas crawl that is coming up in just like a week and a half, which is really wild to say out loud. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I'm not sure if I'm going to get to painting the half wall today, but if I have time after I finish the window displays, then I'll definitely do that next. But first things first is the displays. Oh, and I did just pop down, just about 4 doors down from me is this amazing little shop called The Meeting Nook, and it is owned by this amazing woman and her husband. So her name's Desiree, and she has just been an absolute godsend to me getting this business kind of up and running. She's made so many connections for me within the town, and she's continuing to make connections for me. Just talked to her about this today. I'm actually going to be sourcing the tea that I provide in my shop from her, and she's gonna make me my own special tea blend that I'll be selling out of my shop as well. So I'm so excited for that because I love freshly brewed tea, and I was planning to offer tea in my shop and just didn't even know that that was a thing. So I'm so glad I popped down and was able to connect with her and talk to her about that. And then of course I had to get myself a tea while I was there. So I'm gonna hopefully get a little caffeine boost from this to power me through because I am hitting my afternoon slump, but it's gonna be great. Okay, now we're gonna montage and I'll catch up with you guys later. Well, hello there, friends. So as you saw, I did get all of the decorations put up for the Christmas crawl that's going to be happening in the shop, and it looks so cute. I'm actually so happy with how it turned out. I really like it. And then I did swing by my post office box because I knew I had some mail to pick up. So we do have a couple of packages to open. So a few weeks back, I actually put out a call for Granny Square donations to help me decorate the shop, and I also have a wish list that I also put out there for people to purchase stuff from if they want to have a more direct hand in helping me just get some stuff that I need for the shop or helping to fund the shop opening. So that wish list is still available. If you guys are interested in donating any items, it'd be super duper appreciated. And I do have like different tiers of donations where you get something for what you give. So all of that information is on that wish list, which you can find linked in the description below. But I also got some granny squares sent to me that I'm super excited to take a look at. I have known these were coming for a while, and I have more that I know are on the way, and I need more. So if you guys would like to contribute any granny squares to the shop, it would be much appreciated. What I am asking with the granny squares is that they are just the square shape. You can make the design whatever you want. They can be 3D, they can be flat. That doesn't really matter, but it just needs to be the square shape instead of like a hexagon or like a weird shape. So granny square. And then also if you could do them in my business colors, I'll put them right here. These are my business colors. That would be really great as well. So pretty much any shade of pink, any shade of purple would be good. Some, pastel blues would be fine to throw in there as well. Some pastel yellows, that kind of stuff. That's kind of the vibe that I'm going for. And I do have some plans for these granny squares as to how they're going to like help decorate the shop. So I'm very excited to kind of bring you guys along with me on that journey when we get there, but we got to collect a lot more squares first. Okay, so let's open our first package. So this one is from Kathleen, and Kathleen lives in Portland, Maine. Oh, I'm so excited. She's been emailing me about these squares, and so I've actually already seen a picture of these ones, but I think it's just different when you see it in person. So I'm very, very excited. Oh, so cute. Oh my gosh, I love them already. Okay, so from Kathleen, we have 4 granny squares. Oh my gosh, these are adorable. I absolutely love the color of these ones. That yarn is so cute. Yay! Oh my gosh, thank you, Kathleen, so much for your granny squares. These are going to be absolutely perfect. I cannot wait to use these in the shop. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then the next package is from Jennifer in Orlando, Florida. So let's take a look at what Jennifer sent. Oh my goodness, look at how pretty these are. Oh, these are so beautiful. Wow, look at that purple. That is like a really, really pretty purple. I love it. I love it. Oh my goodness, thank you. So now we have some pinks and some purples, so that makes my heart very happy. And Kevy is happy because she's numbing on the shipping bags because she's a weirdo like that. And Jennifer also included a card. So let's crack that bad boy open and give that a read here. Ooh, it's sparkly. Pretty. Tashi, best of luck on your store. Thanks for letting us be a part of it. Here's 4 little squares to add to the tapestry. Jen. And Jen's YouTube is Aunt Jen Does It Again, if you guys want to check her out. Thank you so much, Kathleen and Jennifer. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate your donation. And like I said, if you guys are interested in donating some squares to help me decorate the shop, you can send them to my P.O. box. I will put that right here for you guys so you know where to mail them. It will also be in the description below. But in addition to the squares, I actually got one other item from my wish list sent to my P.O. box. Somebody actually bought me the Swiffer duster that I had. Not the Swiffer duster. What is it? It's like a Swiffer mop. It's like one of those wet jet mop things because we're going to be installing like hardwood laminate, like snap-in vinyl flooring, that stuff all throughout the shop. So I was like, well, I need some sort of like wet mop thing, especially in the winter. And so somebody purchased that off of my wish list for me, but it was anonymous. So there was no card with it. There was no note. I don't know who purchased it. So if you're watching, thank you so much for that mop. It will be put to good use. I can promise you that. And with all of that being said, I think we're going to wrap up this vlog here. I know I didn't get the wall painted, but who really wants to watch me paint a wall? I mean, let's be real. The cool part is going to be when my sister-in-law goes and starts painting the wall. That's going to be the part to watch. So I will definitely be recording a vlog next weekend when I do the Christmas crawl, just to kind of let you know how it's going, to show you the setup, to show you the progress on the mural on the wall. So don't worry, there's going to be plenty more vlogs featuring the shop coming your way. And if there's something specific that you guys want to see or want to know about the shop, please make sure to drop that in the description below, because I would love to talk about the shop till the cows come home. So just let me know what you want to hear about and I'd be happy to record it for you. And with that, we're gonna say goodbye. We'll see you next time for another crafting adventure. See you. Bye, Kevin. Bye.